preparing to live stream the meeting.
Cool. Do you want to tweet out the link and then I'll retweet it as well?
Yeah, I'll tweet it out as soon as we are live, which I think we are preparing to live stream the meeting.
Cool. Do you?
Where are we? I am live. Are you confident about this game or not?
I don't know, because it's Liverpool. And
Yeah.
When we were saying this time last season, we didn't give ourselves a chance in hell, because last season was just a shock for all of us. And I remember watching the game, and I remember thinking the very thoughts, why am I even watching this?
Yeah.
And then we went and beat them 2-0.
Reece Nelson masterclass.
Reece Nelson masterclass, exactly. And that kind of kick-started our run of form into the FA Cup winning season. But it's Liverpool.
For that as the first game after the international break, it's not what you'd want. You'd want like West Brom or something to ease you back into it, and then.
But they've fallen off so much this season. But we always seem to be the side that whenever a team falls off, we fail to capitalise upon it. And I put out the tweet this morning saying, if we win, we're 1 point behind them.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of shows, like, with our season and their season, it's been absolutely atrocious. And they're playing a centre-back partnership of, no offence to them, but two people I've not really heard of at all before.
Back and Williams, isn't it?
Norman? Yeah, and
no, back and Nat Phillips.
Nat Phillips, that's it. Yeah. But no, it's an interesting tie, and to be fair, I fancy us. I mean, who wouldn't? Because it's a Liverpool side that's fallen off, and we've basically got a fully fit squad.
Yeah.
Bar Smith Rowe and Saka looking like a doubt.
I think so, yeah.
So I mean, who wouldn't fancy us in that situation? I'm just gonna. Have you tweeted out? I'll retweet it.
I think unless you're watching on your phone as well, we've got someone else in the watching. Team use. David Luiz will not be available. Bukayo Saka to be assessed. Smith Rowe to be assessed. Willian is back in full training. Granit Xhaka to be assessed. Everyone else is fully fit.
Oh yeah, Xhaka had some illness issues, didn't he?
Xhaka was unwell yesterday morning. Willian's fine with his calf. Smith Rowe injured on international duty to be assessed.
Yeah.
Saka hamstring, didn't play for England, will be assessed.
He was in full training the other day as well, wasn't he?
Yeah, and definitely no David Luiz.
Okay, yeah. So, I mean, you'd probably be looking at a Gabriel and Rob Holding partnership, maybe.
He usually likes Holding and Murray. I wouldn't be surprised if that's.
Well, it's either Gabriel and Luiz or Holding and Murray. It's one of the two, isn't it?
Yeah, Gabriel and Holding, I think, is what I'd go for personally.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No. Same. But yeah, it's just we've got. I think we're in a good moment. I mean, bar the 3 goals against West Ham we conceded, we're in a good moment. And I mean, Odegaard's playing well. Tierney's been playing well. Partey's been getting minutes. Lacazette seems to be hitting form. The one player, if anything, that's been off form is Aubameyang.
Yeah. Well, you never know, that new haircut might.
Travis Scott haircut.
You never know, might burst it back into form. But it's a really weird one because it's a Liverpool side who stormed the Premier League last season. And you're right, 4 points above us.
Yeah.
We're 6 behind West Ham 7 behind Chelsea are in 4th. It's for us. We've been saying we've had a dreadful season. We were 15th at one point. To be saying you're within 7 points of the top 4. I mean, I don't think we're going to get top 4, but we're not far off that automatic Europa League spot.
No. And I mean, again, our biggest chance of getting Champions League this season is the Europa League.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, that's just the way it is, and how the last however many seasons we've shot ourselves in the foot and made that our only chance of qualifying. But we just need to go for Liverpool. It's as simple as that. Like, I can see it being a bit of a goal fest because their defence is questionable, as in their centre-back pairing, and then our defence, I mean, it's Arsenal. Need I say no more?
Yeah.
But I could see it potentially being a bit of a goal fest and who can outscore who, because Liverpool should still be with Salah, should still have Mane, Firmino. They've still got quality players like Wijnaldum, Keita. Like they still have got very, very good players. Thiago, would Thiago be fit?
I'm just trying to look at if Liverpool have got any of their team moves up. There's not a lot. Nat Phillips won their Player of the Month.
Yeah, no, I saw that. To be fair, yeah, but the big talking point about this game is the best left back in the league, isn't it?
But yeah, the best left back in the league, the best Scottish left back.
Kieran Tierney got 3 assists from playing centre back.
Yeah, I saw that.
Mate, what a player! He can do it all. But I think Tierney's definitely within a shout.
I mean, this season Tierney's been
untouchable.
He's been better than Robertson, I think.
He's been better than Robertson. However, Luke Shaw's been very impressive as well, and I'd say Luke Shaw's probably been the best left back in the league this season, but Tierney's definitely not far behind him.
You know, I think that's fair. I think because of what we expect from Luke Shaw, we're losing viewers, Dad. People are clicking off. They don't like what we're saying. Let's look at, is there anything here? Liverpool striker Firmino could return, ready to remain without Henderson, Van Dijk, Gomez and Matip.
Okay.
Yeah, so the front three, maybe no Firmino, but that means if Jota comes in, you probably play Salah centrally, and I mean they've still got a brilliant team. Let's not get
100%.
I think you're right. I think because it's at the Emirates, I'm a bit more confident than I would be if it was at Anfield. Our last 4 results against them have been, the performance has been quite decent. You look at last season, Reece Nelson destroyed them. I think that's what we need to do. We need to press the keeper, put some pressure on him, because we know he can make a mistake. We've seen that this season against Man City. We've seen it time and time again now, and just press him. That defense is you look at Van Dijk and Gomez or Van Dijk and Matip, you're like, right, it's going to be really hard to break down. And again, Phillips and Kabak, you've got what, 23-year-olds and a 20-year-old. Again, it's still a new partnership. It's a very young partnership, and we need to press. I think Aubameyang would be crucial in this game. How can you see us lining up?
Well, you say Aubameyang would be crucial. I don't know if he play.
Lacazette, I meant Lacazette. I do apologise.
I was going to say, yeah, Lacazette, because you'd think Aubameyang would be more the pacey, pressing striker, but Lacazette presses more than Aubameyang does. So, yeah, no, I could see us lining up with. I'll say how I'd like us to line up. I'd like it to be Leno in goal.
Yeah.
A back 4 of Tierney, Gabriel, Holding, and Cedric.
Yeah, agree with that.
Then Xhaka, Partey pivot if possible. Yep. If Xhaka's not available, then Ceballos would have to come in my opinion.
Yeah.
Then Odegaard in the 10. I don't think Saka will play. I think it'll be too much of a risk. But I would play
Pepe, Willian, Lacazette.
I'd play Pepe on the right. I'd play Willian on the left, and then I'd play Lacazette up front.
It's so tough because it's like we shouldn't be dropping Aubameyang. We shouldn't
He's not been good enough.
He's not in form. You've got to play players on form. It's really
when we played West Ham. there was so many times he gave the ball away in that final third. We were playing intricate little passes in and around the West Ham kind of final third area, and
Yeah.
Aubameyang would just lose the ball. And it's moments like that where you need the composure, like Lacazette can, where you can take the contact of the player behind you, you can bring the ball down, you can bring other players into play. Aubameyang just doesn't have that to his game. He's not a back to goal striker. He's more of a at his best when you can
Yeah.
play him in behind, or he's running at players with pace, like we saw against Burnley this season when he's been running and he's managed to put them in the corners from like 1v1 situations. But yeah, I can see Lacazette starting. I just think it's the way the game would go. I think, like we had in the Chris Davison episode, I do think there is an argument to say we play better as a team when Lacazette plays rather than Aubameyang.
I think I'd love to see Martinelli play. I know we keep saying it. We've kept saying it for ages, but again, is it his type of game? You sort of look, he'll be on the left, probably going up against who's their right back? Trent.
Trent, yeah.
Again, it's
either Trent or Nico Williams, I believe. Because
is it?
Yeah, one of the two.
I think with Trent not playing for England, he surely starts this game unless he's injured himself today. I don't know. It's anyone in the chat have any questions or opinions they want to say? Those two people, one person. I don't know how many. There's three in there. One of them is me just checking the chat. What do we make of Martin Odegaard? Because sure, this is crucial signing, isn't it?
I think he needs to be our priority in the summer. 100%. I hope he can kick on and play well in the rest of the season. But I don't know. We've just seen what's happened to Ceballos, and at the end of last season, he was so good, like so good. He was massive in the FA Cup run.
Sheffield United, that goal he scored.
Yeah, and now he's just fallen off. So I don't know. I hope he's not going to fall off in that way, and I do think it would be a very good investment. But Arsenal definitely aren't short of options and suitable options to.
I think Fekir's been linked, but Fekir 3 years ago, maybe. Fekir now.
He's 27 now, isn't he?
I mean, Fekir when he was playing in was he in France?
When he was playing for Lyon, yeah.
Lyon, he was quality, and Liverpool were so close to signing him.
Yeah.
I fell through, and he went to sort of Betis for next to nothing, and it's not really worked. And it's again, I'm not Odegaard. He's here. He's settled. He likes Arteta. He likes the regime. Would have to be top target. But again, you look at all our positions. I think Charles Watts did his interview with Bakary Sagna. It's like Hakimi, and like we could dream, but is that realistic? Inter Milan need to sell. Would Hakimi swap with Milan for sunny London?
There's rumours he can't sunny London. There's rumours that he can't Inter Milan can't afford his like instalment or something like that, so they have to sell. So I don't know. I would love to see Hakimi, but I think he's not the finished article because going forward, like yes, like he's going to be the same kind of level as Tierney, but defensively, I think Arteta's going to have to work a lot with him because he's just so forward-minded. He's more of a winger, if anything. So no, I think like going back to the number 10 conversation, you've got the likes of Fekir, you've got Buendia from Norwich. If these kind of
if Norwich go up, they won't sell their mate Matt.
Yeah, but well, I mean, if you put enough money on the table, I think they'd be forced to. But I don't know. I think we need a right back, an attack.
A right back, a number 10, and a striker. I think is what we need to prioritise.
And I think a left back, a reserve left back as well.
A backup there, a backup left back. But
it's going to be a busy summer. It's going to be a busy summer no matter what.
I mean, Arteta said it will be unprecedented.
So, yeah, massively.
But which means like we need 5 or 6 players in, like we need 5 or 6 roles, whether that's 1 or 2 players. Like I like Hector, but again, if we want to step up, we need to take that next level. Established Champions League, European, like playing in Europe or playing at the highest level. Hakimi does that. He's not the best defensively, but if Arteta can coach him into get the defensive coach and work on.
He's young as well, so it's definitely within him.
Centre back, I think we're fine for.
Well, there's talk about potentially bringing in a centre back, but I think it all just depends on Saliba.
I mean, we're forgetting Mavropanos because we've got Luis who's aging. We've got Chambers who I like. You can maybe see him going in the summer, and then even then you've got, even if we bring our loanies back, you've got Gabriel, Holding, Luis, Mari, Saliba, Mavropanos. We've still got 5 or 6 there, which I mean,
it's a lot of centre backs, and then
it's a lot of centre backs. I think
you've still got to sort out the whole Mustafi situation because he's only technically on loan at Schalke, isn't he? Or was it?
Yeah.
Would it be cancelled the contract?
No, Mustafi's there permanently. Kolasinac is there on loan.
Okay, sure.
I think Mustafi's there on a 6-month contract. So
we do still have some business to do with outgoings like Kolasinac. That deal would need to be sorted. It looks like we want to get rid of him. Well, sell him to Schalke or cancel his contract, one of the two. But
if Schalke go down, there's no way they can afford him.
Yeah, but I think there's still some other deals that need doing as well, like
and then he looks like he's going to sign a new contract though, which I'm.
Yeah, there's a lot. There is a lot of work to be done this summer. You've got
Eddie, Balogun, Nelson, Willett
to sign a new contract. Leno's getting to the stage now. It looks like he would need to sign, or we'd need to sell him. I mean, hopefully we sign him. Smith Rowe needs a new contract.
Tierney needs a new contract.
Balogun, you've got to make a decision on Eddie. You've got to make a decision on Lacazette. And then you've got to make the Matt Ryan one permanent potentially.
I mean, that makes sense, doesn't it? He's a better keeper than
he's
the other one.
You can tell the way he is, and he's more than happy to play second fiddle at Arsenal. He was happy to play second fiddle at Brighton, but if he gets offered by Arsenal, who realistically there's no games for him to play, when you start the season, you can have all the cup competitions, the early stages, which he'll play a lot of football. So
I mean, we signed him at a time where we had one round of the FA Cup we got to, out of the Carabao Cup, and Europa League. It was knockout football where you try and play your best team. It was in case Leno gets a freak injury again, we'll bring you in as cover. Yeah. So I think that makes sense to sign him
100%,
and then we can sort of hopefully he gets to play a bit in the Carabao Cup next season. Okay, just going back to the Europa League. I know I said it at the time, I don't want to jinx it. We're on the right side of the draw.
Yep, definitely.
And you obviously you can't expect anything, but if you'd have told us we'd get Slavia Prague, and then either Dynamo Moscow or Villarreal over Man United, Ajax, you take it.
100%. We've got a good side of the draw, and the route to the final is definitely doable. But it just comes back to the mentality thing. Do we have the bottle? Do we have the mentality to get there? I mean, we can definitely beat Slavia Prague. We can definitely beat one of Villarreal, and who else was it? Sorry,
Dynamo Kiev, Moscow.
Yeah,
one of the Dynamos.
Yeah, we just got to take it a game at a time. You know what it's like. I think this game this Thursday, isn't it? When we play.
Is it Thursday? Oh my God.
Slavia Prague, yeah. So it is a massive game, more for not just for Arsenal, but also for the whole.
It's our season. This is our season. I mean, I'll be disappointed if we get thumped by Liverpool tonight, but I mean, it's not going to make or break our season, is it? I mean, it might reduce our chance of getting Europa League, but God, you're right. It is this week.
Should we do the old score predictions?
Yeah. So obviously it's Liverpool up first. We don't know the teams, anything yet. At the Emirates, Dad, I'll come to you first.
You're gonna come to me first.
Yeah.
I feel like it could be a bit of a goal fest, but I do think we can win because I think our team is stronger than Liverpool's at the moment.
Yeah.
Our starting 11 is better than Liverpool's at the moment on current form. So But at the same time, Mohamed Salah and Sadio Mane, you can never say never, can you? So
No.
I'm gonna say 3-2 Arsenal.
Oh, that's what I was going to go for.
Was it?
It was either that or 2-1. So I'll go 2-1.
Okay.
I think we'll concede. I think we've just got mistakes in us. I mean, we'll see the teams. It'll be nothing we were expecting. Like Chambers will play at right back. Neddy will play Abamia and Willian.
Would you play Chambers in this game? Because he played well against West Ham.
I wouldn't personally. If you're playing him at right back, I wouldn't put him up against Mane.
Yeah, but who's best suited to that? Bellerin maybe because of the pace, but then Mane and Bellerin years have had some interesting encounters.
It is after this game though. We've got a fairly decent, and I want to be careful with what I'm saying here because it's going to come back and bite me in the arse. Slavia Prague in Europe at home. You go and beat them 3 or 4, and then a bit of pressure's off. Sheffield United in the league away, bottom of the league.
If we don't win that,
bottom of the league, that's a must win. I can see that being like a West Brom 4 or 5. Slavia Prague away.
Yeah.
Depending on the result, maybe. Then Fulham at home, which could be tough. Parker's got them playing well. They're fine for survival.
True.
But again, they're 18th or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And then it gets a bit tricky. Everton, Europa League, Newcastle, Europa League. I mean, it's a favourable run of games. It's a really nice. You look at that, like Liverpool out the way.
Yeah.
And then really you play Everton, who in and around anything could happen. At home, I fancy us. And then Chelsea.
That would be a big game.
Chelsea away, difficult game. But again, if...
You know what's going to happen when we play Chelsea? Timo Werner's going to score a goal. It's going to be his baptism of fire, and he's going to finally find his... Because it's always against us, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's going to finally find his ability to put the ball...
He's got a rocket from about 45 yards out.
Yeah, probably. It always happens. But
no, but it's... Get this game out of the way, and then I think we've got a pretty fair run in.
We can give some players a chance to play in a way. I mean, Sheffield United, maybe you could say, give Pepe, give Willian some more minutes, try and get the whole squad playing, so then everyone's in form when it comes to business end of the season, and in our language, that is the Europa League. Yeah.
That's the most important thing now, isn't it? Really?
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to sort of say, oh, we're prioritising one competition or the other, and then we go and get battered by Liverpool and Chelsea.
No.
But then you look at it and be like, it's our only chance. Of even, I mean, I don't even care whether it's like Champions League or Europa League at the moment. It's Europa League football.
If you get to, just a question, if you get to the final of the Europa League, doesn't that guarantee you Europa League next season? Because I know if you do it in the FA Cup and
I don't think it does.
Because in the Carabao Cup, I remember we played Man City a few years ago and lost. Even though we lost, they were like, this guarantees us Europa League next season.
I think if the team who beat us, if we get to the final and lose, the team that beat us qualify for Europa League, they get the Champions League place, and I think we might get the Europa League place, but
okay.
It's too confusing. I don't know. Yeah. Obviously, I'd love to be back in the Champions League. Tuesday, Wednesday night football, it would be the dream. Packed Emirates. It would be amazing. But I don't know. We need to win these games. And that's all that matters. And we need to put a good show in the league. And if we don't make the final, that we qualify for Europe next season. It might even be the UEFA Conference League. You never know. We will be back next week after the game, Monday probably, whenever we can get people free. Probably Monday we'll get something out. Reviewing the game. Hopefully it's a win. Dan's gone for 3-2. I've gone for 2-1. for now, thank you for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, share, and just please don't let us down, Arsenal. Let's go.